are going to be. So we'll give you, we got a deal for you, right? These are the ultimate used car salesmen. They said, we got a deal for you. We are going to sell you a fixed rate insurance policy that's just a little bit more than what you're currently paying, but if things spike, you're protected because we're going to cover that, right? Except in 2008, what happened? They crashed the economy and interest rates went to where? Zero. Not just down, they went to zero. Why are they at zero? They're at zero because taxpayers are subsidizing them to zero. The brother earlier said that we gave $1 trillion to the banks in cash payment. That was chump change. That is the chump change of the side of the bailout. Because they paid that money back. And they all go around saying we paid our $1 trillion back. That's not where they're making their money. They're making their money off the fact that they're the only ones that can get money at 0% and lend it at 3%, lend it at 4%, lend it at 5%. So let's look at some of the facts about Detroit's interest rate swaps. Last year, Detroit paid $547 million to get rid of some interest rate swaps that they were locked into. Now, they didn't do it willingly because under the rules of the swap, the bank can say, we're calling in our marker, right? And so Detroit was forced to pay the banks $547 million last year. Now, last time I looked, Detroit didn't have $547 million sitting around. I think the councilwoman will sort of agree with me on that one. That wasn't sitting in the bank ready to write a check to Bank of America with. So they had to do what? They had to borrow. Detroit had to borrow to pay off that debt. And the banks charged Detroit to do that borrowing. In fact, the same banks who Detroit had to pay underwrote the loans that you had to take to pay them. So you paid them $9 million to give them $547 million. That's predatory lending. Now we're at $556 million. You still have swaps. And they're calling those in, right? Under the bankruptcy, declaration of bankruptcy, they're calling those in. Now, the actual amount that you owe, theoretically, that you're on the hook for, is $350 million. But the banks have been really benevolent in their outlook, philanthropic almost, and they've said, you know what, we'll take $250 million instead of $350 million. How's that? We'll just take 75% of the money we don't deserve instead of 100% of it. So if you start to add up the numbers, keep going, the last number to add into the equation is that between 2008 and 2012, you were making payments. You were making $54 million a year in excess payments to the banking industry. So you add up 4 years at 54, that's $216 million. So if you add it all together, Detroit is on the hook for or has already overpaid Wall Street $1 billion in the last 4 years. Right? Now, $1 billion would probably go a long way to addressing the bankruptcy concerns and the financial revenue issues that you have in this city. It won't do it for the long haul. You have to fix the fact that the state won't give you your money. You have to fix the fact that the income tax is not coming in the way that it should. You have to fix the fact that the corporations are not paying what they should. But at the minimum, they should be giving you the $1 billion they stole from you, right? And what I don't understand sometimes is, maybe it's because the money's too big, the numbers are too big, but if somebody walked up to you and stole your wallet, you'd be pretty damn pissed. You'd turn around, you'd punch them. You'd go after, you would not go to City Hall and say, would you catch that person for me? Right? You'd go find where they live and you'd take the money back from them, right? But Wall Street took $1 billion from you guys and you're at the City Hall yelling at them going, go get our money back, please. Right? You need to be figuring out where are the people that took your money and taking the fight directly to them to make them give it back to you. Go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's skip through this one. Go ahead, go all the way down. We're running out of time, but I think you got the flavor. So I want to do this really quick. Because what I said at the beginning is if you don't hit the right target, you can't win. So the corporate elite in this state and in this country and in this world want us to believe that this is the way the society works. That you have government on top, and they pit workers versus community people, public workers versus community people. But that's not how the world works. As the councilwoman said this morning, that is not where the power is. There's a power above that power. And I'm not talking about the power that people pray to in church. I'm talking about the financial power that controls the economy of this world. And so Wall Street and the big corporations are dictating to government what they should be doing. And then they are pitting us against each other. And the way that we turn that around is we first... So here's a way that I want to talk about, I want to sort of suggest that you can turn it around. In a typical situation, you would have your fight, you would go yell at government, and then maybe you would take it to the elected officials. So the first thing that you have to do to be successful is change who the fight is between. It's not just you, it's you, your communities, your families, your sisters, your brothers, workers and the people that they serve standing side by side. And then you have to bring in the real financial power that is controlling the situation and take your fight directly to them. Everything that's in between the elected officials and the government entities, that's noise put there by the corporate executives to keep us occupied. That's just distraction. So take them away. When you're thinking about what the fight should be, take away the distraction, and then we have to figure out what they care about. And this is just an example of what they care about, but they care about investors, pension funds, homeowners because of the mortgages that you pay, consumers. Every single bubble in that picture, you are in some way or another. So how are you using your position in that bubble to put pressure on Wall Street? Because if we take the fight directly to them, if we are in their face, if we are in their neighborhoods, if we are in their houses, they will call the elected officials up and say, get these people off my back. That's the call we want. That puts us in a position to negotiate for the deal that we need. And so fundamentally, I just want to leave you with this. There is an explainable reason why Detroit is in the mess, just like Philadelphia, Chicago, and every other urban center in America, which is that the corporate elite of this country decided a long time ago to not pay what they should. That's right. Go ahead. Skip that one. And we have 4 critical ways to turn that around. The first one is that the demand has to be that they end the predatory practices and repay what they owe you. And maybe we'll let them off without penalties, so just give you the billion. The second thing they have to do is they have to pay the taxes that they should be paying. Because if they don't pay into the revenue system, then you cannot afford to pay for the services that are needed in your communities. The third thing is they have to fix the housing crisis. Detroit is massively underwater on its mortgages, as are most cities around the country. And if homeowners are underwater, then there's no money to spend out in the community. If you brought those homes to current market value, if you just recognize that that's where they are, there would be billions, hundreds of billions of dollars in everyday people's pockets to spend on a regular basis. And finally, we have to make sure that they are paying workers on the private sector side real living wages with benefits. Because if workers have money in their pocket, they can spend it. Right now, those 4 Walton children and the rest of their families are laughing all the way to the bank because we are subsidizing their employment costs. They don't provide health insurance. We do. If you don't have health insurance at work, you go to county. Who pays for county? I pay for county. Gloria Walton is not paying for county or whatever her name is. The Walton family is not paying for county. I'm paying for county. And so we have to stop subsidizing the wealthiest people in this world's employment costs by making sure that all workers are paid what they deserve and they have the benefits that they need. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, friends.